This is my honest review and honest story of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X in 2024, my honest long-term review and my perspective on the case. So I want to view this from a different angle because I want to talk about my long-term perspective on both consoles with an honest story of where it started and where it is now. That way you get the best user case scenario of both consoles for you to learn which one is for you, which one is the best to buy. When I first started, it was about 2.5 years ago when I had both consoles. So I first got the Xbox Series X because I had the Xbox Series S. The Xbox Series S was a fantastic introduction to the latest generation of gaming. Then I got the Xbox Series X afterwards because I was very fortunate that I could actually get one, because at the time there was scalpers, there was so much going on in the world that it was really hard to get the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5 was the most sought after option, but it was still hard to get the Xbox Series X. And eventually there was this pre-order with EB Games and I managed to get in there straight away and pre-order myself an Xbox Series X. I picked it up, unboxed it that day, and it was awesome. Like, I love the faster SSDs. There was a huge improvement of graphics. It was quite superb. Like, I really enjoyed the console and it was a massive upgrade from the Xbox Series S. I played Elden Ring at the time, that was my #1 game, but there was other games like Forza 5 was one of the better games. Games like those really took me by surprise by how awesome they were, and I felt like they were super next gen, and I absolutely love it. I definitely find that Xbox is the best for racing games. With the PlayStation 5, I finally got my hands on it when I went to JB Hi-Fi one day and I was talking about the Xbox Series X and how I wish I had the PlayStation 5 to review and how I really love gaming and what I do. And the guy said, look, we do have 5 at the back. Would you like to buy one? I said, yes, please, 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 please. I'll buy it off you literally right now if you would like to sell it to me. And he did, very luckily. So thank you so much, Kesh from JB Hi-Fi. I couldn't thank you enough. I owe my career to you basically at this point. So yeah, with the PlayStation 5, booting it up for the first time, it is almost mind-blowing because the animations that appear, even the features of the DualSense controller really blow you away. The gameplay experience itself absolutely blows you away. The UI menu with the separation of the digital, the media menu, or the gaming menu, like, it just blows you away. The organization of it all, how it all looks, the experience. It really does feel next gen when you open up this console for the first time. And I think it's a better presentation than the Series X, to be fair. There's so much more you can do with the PlayStation 5, from onboard customization of the actual console to the actual gameplay, everything like that. But with the Xbox Series X, what I loved about it was that quick resume feature, and I loved the Game Pass. The Game Pass was definitely a better deal for me. I was really blown away by that library, and they add new games every single month. Regardless of what games they add, it's a mad library. The backwards compatibility is also an awesome feature, which I'll talk more about later on in this video. But overall, I do love the PlayStation 5 because of its overall features. You know, the gameplay experience is absolutely next level. Also loved the exclusives. I definitely feel like I have a lot more PlayStation 5 games than Xbox games at this point. But we'll carry on the story, and things might turn around a bit later. So my second year comes, and last year they released a whole bunch PlayStation 5 accessories, and they kept improving on the PlayStation 5. They even brought out a brand new PlayStation 5 Slim right here. With the PlayStation 5 Slim and all the accessories, it's impossible to say no to that. You know, there's so many amazing features. You know, you got headsets, you got media remotes, all the way to advanced headsets now, and you've got so many awesome things with the PlayStation going on and so many improvements, even a new controller, you know? So there was so much lacking with the Xbox last year that it just didn't keep up with the PlayStation. I think that's where the separation of the charts have come from, where the PlayStation has outsold the Xbox by far. That is where that sort of comes from, because, you know, all the new accessories, all this futuristic stuff going on with the PlayStation, while the Xbox is sort of relying on the past a little bit. You know, they did bring out some new really good games. You know, Forza Motorsport, by far the best game. Once again, the best for racing simulation. I was genuinely blown away by Forza Motorsport. Not so much with Starfield. I played it for a little bit, but it's just not my type of game. Like, everyone's different. But the Game Pass was really good last year as well. So there's definitely a lot of games I would pick up on the Game Pass. You know, AC Odyssey, for example. The whole AC series. Really love that series. Even some day one editions of games. Like, I tried Atomic Heart on the Xbox and I was like, damn, this game is good. Definitely an underrated game. So the Xbox is really good for that Game Pass feature where you could just try and test games. But I definitely didn't play the Xbox as much last year because I found that the PlayStation was just bringing out so much awesome stuff. Last year was such a great year for gaming, man. We got Spider-Man 2, we got so many great PlayStation exclusives. We got great compatible games for both consoles as well, like Hogwarts Legacy, Mortal Kombat 1 and all that. So there was so many mad games that happened last year. Even Starfield came out last year, Forza Motorsport came out last year, so there's so many mad games that came out last year. It's so hard to say like which was the best console because so much mad stuff happened in terms of just gaming itself. That was really awesome. Baldur's Gate won Game of the Year last year. Yeah, that's a cross-compatible game, so it's hard to say like which console wins that way, but Spider-Man 2 is my most played game. Like, I've genuinely enjoyed that game so much that the PlayStation 5 kind of wins for last year for me because just the accessories, the effort that they were putting in, the games they were putting out, everything like that, man. I think the PlayStation 5 deserves its flowers for last year because honestly, the effort that they put into last year, bar none. Now this year, things have changed for the story for me because I've actually been playing the Xbox Series X a bit more because of the backwards compatibility and the pre-owned game market has changed drastically in the prices. So I picked up The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt this year on the Xbox Series X disc edition pre-owned for a really good price, and that changed everything. I was like, man, that price is so good. So Xbox games seem to be a little bit cheaper than the PlayStation games, so that's why I've sort of gone more towards the Xbox now. Also, AC Odyssey was like $8, picked up that game. Just so many games that were so cheap and backwards compatible with the Xbox Series X. I was like, damn, this is so good. And I realized the value of the Xbox Series X at that point in time where I've been like, my goodness, there's so much of a great pre-owned library that I could buy for the Xbox Series X that it seems silly not to want to play this console. The controller's great as well. Like, I love the controller layout. So simple, but just the change of like where the different sticks are and all that, like it just makes sense to me with the Xbox more than the PlayStation. Doesn't matter about all these fancy features. You don't need to overdo with the features. You just need the basic gameplay to actually work for you. And on the Xbox, it just does. Like, I seem to play FIFA a little bit better on the Xbox than I do on the PlayStation 5. I feel like just the layout just works for me. I've been leaning towards that, and then the racing simulation side of things, like I could get a good racing wheel, which I plan on getting this year, and I feel like Forza Motorsport is definitely gonna be such a mad time for me, and Forza 5, for example, as well. So definitely the Xbox Series X, it was underrated for like last year because it didn't bring anything new out, but what it does do is the awesome backwards compatibility. They've got awesome controllers as well. They got the Xbox Series X Elite Series 2 controller. That's one of the best controllers ever, and it actually beats out with the DualSense Edge and all that. So there's mad stuff going on with the Xbox Series X, and I feel like it's a bit underrated actually now at this point. The backwards compatibility list isn't 100% there. That's why I've got the Xbox 360. But I've still got a mad console here, and it's super powerful. It's a lot quieter. It runs really smoothly. It has previous gen FPS boosts and 4K boosts for some games as well. So, and it looks better with a lot of these games. Like, I've done tests where Red Dead Redemption just simply runs better on the Xbox Series X, better than it does on the PlayStation 5. And It's just simple as that. The pure gameplay experience is a bit better with the Xbox Series X, and you get that quick resume feature as well. So that's just it, man. Like this year, because nothing really groundbreaking's come out with both consoles, like Xbox Series X is definitely winning for me for this year, but also the PlayStation 5, still a console that I absolutely love, but it definitely smashed Xbox last year, but I feel like I'm seeing the value of the Xbox Series X now. That's pretty much my story of both consoles at this point. I know things are gonna change, which is why I should do a yearly update on this, but I'm mad excited. Let me know your own story with the Xbox and the PlayStation. I'll see you guys next time.